In this video, we're going to talk about sending an event invitation out to your PCSOI by direct mail. And in particular, we're going to be talking about postcards. So let's go ahead and get into it. You're going to need some information to make this work. And so right up at the top, we want to make sure you have that. One of the key things is a photo we're going to use on that postcard to talk about the event. And you'll notice that the photo is the same through all of our marketing. That's on purpose, because that shows continuity and people will recognize that this is your event. All right, so there are 4 photos with 4 different events that we recommend you have, one a quarter. So go ahead and download all the photos to your computer if you haven't done so yet, and then upload the correct event photo into your postcard template. Go ahead and download them right now. And I showed you earlier what they are. So here's the Valentine's Day photo. Here is the spring clean photo. Here is the summer fun. And here is the Pi Day event. And again, it's these links. Once you click them, they will open up. And in order to download it, you just right click on it and then you click Save Image As. That will open up a window for you to select where you want to post this. And you'll notice in the name, it's exactly as Pexels sends it down. These are royalty-free photos. So you're going to have the name of Pexels, the name of the artist, and the photo number. And so you want to make sure you're following those Pexel rules so that you are allowed to use these photos royalty-free without having to pay for them. So pretty cool. All right, let's go on to the next section. We're going to talk about designing this marketing piece, designing this direct mail postcard. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and create the layout of your event on a postcard inside of Lofty. So we're going to go into Lofty and we'll show you how this is going to work. Inside of Lofty, you're going to go into the Design Center. And to get there, you go to Marketing Tools and then the Design Center. From inside of Lofty, you can also click on this direct link down below. And that will send you directly to it if you want to hyperspeed and get there even faster. Well, let me show you how you would do it if you're just clicking away on the tabs. So again, it's Marketing, Tools, and then Design Center. This is where you'll end up when you first log in. This is your dashboard. So you'll go up here to the very top and you'll find Marketing. You'll click on Marketing. And then over on the left, the panel pops open. You're going to scroll down to Tools. And then you're going to go down through there and find the Design Center. Once you find Design Center, go ahead and click on it, and it opens up the Design Center. Typically, you'll start here in Lofty Designs, which are the default designs that Lofty has created for you. There's a lot of cool information in there that you can use either with the template the way it stands, or you can use and modify, which is what we do. We use it as a base, and then we modify it slightly. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look for a template to use for all the event postcards. We're going to recommend one for simplicity and speed. Let me share with you where that is. So going into Lofty Designs, we'll go into the Just Sold section. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, no matter where you started up here, like sometimes you'll start in your own designs called My Designs. Could have been in the brand kit or video library. But you want to go up here, the upper left corner says Lofty Designs, and click on that. Again, we're under the Design Center, Lofty Designs. What it does is it presents a bunch of templates that Lofty has already created for you. In this case, it's showing a holiday. Typically, this will rotate throughout the year for different holidays that are coming up. Kind of nice. And then you'll see there's some other options up here. It says season to sell, opportunities knocking, testimonials, just listed, just sold, and holidays. We're going to go into just sold. I'll just point out again real quick if you haven't seen it before. Over on the far right, there's a little double down arrow. It says 17 more. If you click on that, it shows some other options. You may go in there and check them out, see if there's anything valuable to you. For our purposes, we're going to go ahead and go into just sold. And you can see a bunch of options that are populating in. And let's go back to our directions. All right, we're going to select the design with the gray house with the white trim surrounded by green and red trees. All right, and it's the 5th option. And the title is Just Sold, find out what your home is worth. Once we get there, we're going to hover our mouse pointer over the photo of the template. We're going to select Edit. it'll pop open quick edits, and we'll go ahead and go directly to advanced edits. So let me show you what I mean. Again, let's say what you're going to look for. You're going to select the design with the gray house with the white trim surrounded by the green and red trees. That's option number 5. And the title is Just Sold, Find Out What Your Home is Worth. So here we go. Here are the options. I'll go ahead and pull them forward a little bit. And so if we go 5 down, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually not it. Looks like they may have added one and changed it. So I'm glad we're doing this together. It's actually the 6th one now. And so it says, hey, just sold, find out what your home is worth. It's this. I'll go off of there. So you can see that it has white trim. It's very distinctive. It looks like a 2.5-story house there. Has trees in the background that are green and then some red trees on the side. All right. And then the text says, just sold, find out what your home is worth. This is the one we're talking about. It's a great template to use for our purposes just because of the way it's laid out. All right, so what we're going to do once we find it is we're going to click edit. By the way, you could click preview and it just pops it open, and maybe you can look at it a little cleaner and clearer. This is the one we're talking about. Okay, once we look at that, if I hit the escape button, it goes back down. So we'll go hover over it and click the word edit. And when we do, the quick edit pops open. This is really nice if you're trying to speed through here and say add a picture of your property really fast. We're not going to be doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the bottom with these options. It says download, send text, send email, advanced edit, and then send mail. We're going to stop at advanced edit and click on that. Again, we're in the quick edit, but we're going to go all the way to the bottom and click on the icon, the little button down there. It looks like a pencil inside of a blue circle. And we're going to click on that for the advanced edit. Now we have the photo open, the postcard open that we're going to be editing. And again, I just want to point out the look of this photo since it's changed positions on me now. Just so you know you're picking up the right one. It's got this photo with the gray house with the white trim. It's very distinctive, a point going straight up, a lot of windows with white trim. Looks like a deck here in the front, and then also another deck below, little even a gray fence, stone fence, red trees inside of the green trees. The predominant is green, but then they also have some red in the fall. I just want to make sure you get to the right one because it's a really great template for us to use. That'll speed things up for you. All right, so that is the one we're going to use. All right, let's read the next item. It says, hey, you can edit or delete anything on the page. In addition, you can add text, photos, properties, elements, icons, and logos. See the left panel. And we are going to be doing that. So let me just point that out. Here we are. And if we go all the way to the left, and the side, we see text, photo, property, elements, enlarge, icons, and logos. There's a couple things that we can import and move around on this page. We're only going to do a little bit of that. We're keeping it to a minimum. That's why we selected this template, but we will do a little bit. You'll see what I mean in a second. All right, let's keep going. Tip, you're going to create the first event postcard, and then after you get that one done, that'll be the hardest one. Then you just go ahead and copy it to create the other event cards. They're going to go super fast because then your layout is set, right? That becomes your master or your template for the others. And just keep that in mind. That's a speed up tip. The first one will be the one that takes the longest and it's the hardest to do. Here's another tip. Create all 4 postcards at the same time. Again, the first one takes a lot of time. And after you do that, then just go ahead and clone that card to make number 2, then number 3, number 4. And you'll just have all the event postcards ready to go. And then if you're in a rush that month that it pops up, you can just zip it out. Okay, so that's our advice and tip for you. All right, here's what we're going to do on the card itself. We're going to go ahead and update the front of the card, and we're going to start with the headline, and here are the changes we're going to make. Okay, so the first change we're going to make is we're going to take this just sold, find out what your home is worth in the headline, and we're going to change it to the event name. As an example, let's go ahead and do the Valentine's Day giveaway. We'll go ahead and copy that. That's our event name. And let's go ahead and put it in. So over here on the postcard, we're talking about this section up at the top, the headline, and we're going to go ahead and click on it to, once there, we'll double click to put our cursor inside of it. And so we'll go ahead and highlight it. And typically you have the option of a right click, but it doesn't work in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Control V after we've copied the text. Control V as in Victor. And go ahead and paste that in. All right, next we're going to move the text block to the upper left corner of the printable area with the left side of the line to connect with the lower text block. Let me show you what I mean by that. We're going to make some alignment. So we're going to go ahead and what I'm doing, by the way, is I'm using my scroll button on my mouse to pull back. I could also use these zoom in, zoom out buttons in the lower part of the screen to give myself space so I can see what's going on. I'll go ahead and click on it, and then you can see I've got the on the mouse cursor, it's a 4-directional arrow. I'll go ahead and left click and hold that down, and that allows me to move that text box around. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to move it up, but I'm still leaving, say, just a little bit of space on the upper part. I want to say 1/2 inch in my mind, but I just want you to know there's a little bit of space up there. And then you can see the red lines are popping up to the left. There was a left one, and there's a center one. That one I want is that left one. Notice how it's aligning the Valentine's Day giveaway with the text box below says turnkey opportunities. That's what I want to do. I want to get to a nice spot and then make sure I'm in alignment. Once I am, I'm going to let go of my left mouse button, and it'll stay there. Okay, now it's there. And that's what we want it to do. Now, there's one other thing I want to do with this box. I just want to create a little more space here and pull it across a little bit into the photo so that Valentine's, the word Valentine's and the word day are on the same line. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the box. So we have a text box, and I'm going to grab the little handle in the middle here, and I'm going to use my left mouse button to click on this and hold it while I drag it to the right. And when I do, I can now get Valentine's Day on the first part and the first line, and then the second line is giveaway. I want to make that adjustment there. I think it gives it some better space, a little better look. And I also just happen to know where we're going. So that's what you need to do next. Then what we're going to do after that is we're going to create a sub-headline. So to create a sub-headline, here's what we're going to do. We're going to select the headline text box, and then we're going to click the clone button on the top menu bar, which I'll show you in just one second. And we're going to move this sub-headline text box underneath the headline text box and line up the left edge. And once we do that, we're going to reduce the sub-headline font to 60. Let's go ahead and do that part first, giving you a lot of instructions. So again, we're going to select, just left click on the text box Valentine's Day. What we're going to do now is we're going to go all the way up into the upper part of the screen, and you can see there's 2 black boxes. One looks like it's on top of the other, and if you hover over it, it says clone. What we're going to do is go ahead and left click on that, and you'll notice what happened is it created 2 Valentine's Day giveaway boxes, and that's exactly what it was supposed to do. The second one is highlighted naturally, so we're going to go in there with our mouse and left click on it and move it down below. So I'm left clicking on it, and now I can drag it down below. And I'm going to just line it up there. You'll notice the red line on the left is the one I'm looking at, and that is correct. All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to change the sub-headline. We have the event name in there. As an example, what we've been working on here is Valentine's Day giveaway. And we're going to change it to the name of the event prize. We're going to say you can win that event prize. So as an example, here's some text that you can use. And I'm going to show you this example. And by the way, at the end, I'm going to show you some finalized cards so you can just view it and see what's going on here. But I'm going to go ahead and do a copy. Again, I can do it with my mouse, or I can just do a copy with the Control-C. Either way will work. And then we'll go over to the card, and we're going to go ahead and highlight that text for the sub-headline, double-click it so we can get our mouse in there, highlight everything, and then I'm going to do a Control V to paste it. And now it says, hey, win an Olive Garden restaurant gift card for a romantic dinner for two. So that's a nice sub headline there. All right, next we're going to work on the body of the postcard. And so we're going to move and resize the body text under the sub headline and line up the left edges. That's the first thing we're going to do. So notice that it's fallen down here below. It's kind of off the card even. We're going to just basically go in here and move this up. All right, so I'm going to first click on it, and then I've got that cross arrows, and I'm going to left click and hold, and I'm going to start moving this up. And I want to just get it up there so the left line, that red line, it's lined up on the left side. But I also have some space between the sub headline and the start of the text. And that'll just come down to you playing with it a little bit to get it where you like it. That's basically the idea. We just want to move that text up. Okay, next we're going to change the existing text beginning turnkey opportunity 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simply copy this text that should work for all of the giveaway events. And we'll go ahead and right click and copy. The difference, by the way, would be the Pi Day giveaway. That'll have a slightly different entry method, right? But this is going to be for the first 3 events. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll do a copy there. We're going to go into our postcard. We'll highlight the text and double click it and highlight all the text inside. And then do a Control V for paste. And now it's put in the information that we were wanting to get there. Okay, next we're going to replace the brackets above with the event information. All right, so let's go ahead and look at what we're talking about. On the card, we got 3 prizes, $150, $25 gift cards. How to enter, you're going to call or text. And then in brackets, we've got the agent's phone number. So here's the one that I've been using. Okay. And then you're going to send them to your agent website event registration landing page. All right, so we need to fill in that one. If you recall, I've been using my notepad for that, so I'll go ahead and copy it off of this. And we'll go ahead and paste that in. Cool. And it says, hey, rules, there's no cost to enter. The deadline for the entry is deadline date. We're going to type in the date. And we have to put in the deadline time. And then the random drawing will be held on. We'll do the random drawing date. And the winner will be notified. Okay, next we'll add any spaces to make it look good. Let's give this a try. Let's see, we'll go ahead and add a space here. I like a lot of spaces, as you picked up on. And I like a lot of space like that. Now I know that it's kind of pushing it to the bottom of the page. So what I'm going to start doing is playing with the text box, moving it up slightly to make it fit a little better. I may pull across on this bottom part to see if I can make it fit a little better. Like I think that looks a little better, where I basically got some more text in there, and I eliminated a lot of space down here at the bottom. I took one line up, so I give some space for the printing and inside the card itself. And now I'm thinking that's looking pretty good, right? We've got the Valentine's Day giveaway. We've got the sub headline, win an Olive Garden restaurant gift card for a romantic dinner for two. They know what this is. There are 3 prizes, $150 and $25 gift cards. You can update that to match what you plan on doing. And then how to enter, they can either call or text, or they can go to, and we have our short as we can, URL for them to go to it. And then we got the rules of how they would enter and what the deadlines are, et cetera. Now, You'll notice that the dark color is conflicting a little bit with the dark color in the picture. Don't worry about that yet because we're going to change out this picture. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to replace the photo. This is our background photo. So we're going to click on the background photo. And when we do that, by the way, a box will appear on top of the photo. You're going to hover over the replace and select photos. And then you're going to select the event photo if available. If not, you're going to upload it and select it. And the photo will be replaced in the background. All right, let me show you what that means. So we're over here at the postcard, and the background photo is this house. You don't want to click over here by the text boxes, but if you go over here to the right where the photo is, and if there's nothing conflicting with it, go ahead and click on the photo, and you'll notice what happened is a little box popped open above it to say, hey, do you want to modify this photo? If so, how? You can change the opaqueness, whether if it's showing or not showing and to what degree. We'll leave that alone. We're going to go over here to the replace, and you'll notice when I hovered over replace, some items drop down, says, hey, what do you want to replace it with? And we want to click photos. So again, let me show you what we did. We clicked on the photo, we went to the replace, and we're going to click on photo. So what it's going to do is it's going to show some photos we've uploaded in the past. If you've been following along, you should already have your event photos in there. If you don't, go ahead. If you don't see it, click the upload button and upload it from your computer and bring it in. But ours is here. It's right here for this. We're doing the Valentine's Day giveaway. So this is the photo. I'll click on it. Notice the little checkbox went there and said, yeah, is this the one? Yep. Okay. And now we're going to click select. Watch what happens to the background photo. Boom, it entered the background photo right there, and that was really easy and quick. One of the reasons I like this layout is what it's doing, and you can't really see it, but in the background, it's creating this little haze over the photo that gives this legibility or readability for our text. And there is the haze button. If you can see that, is what's creating the opaqueness behind the text. So we can still see the photo of the lady that's in the photo, but it's kind of glazed out a little bit so that the words will pop off the page. Okay, now that we have it set up, we're going to go ahead and save our work. In the upper right-hand corner, there are 3 dots, and we're going to click, hey, save to the folder. And then for the name, we're going to enter the name of this design. In this case, we've been working on the Valentine's Day giveaway, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I did a Control-V. You could also do a right-click and copy. But let's go ahead and do that real quick. So upper right corner, click the 3 dots, click Save the Folder and the name. So up here in the upper right corner that we've been working on, there are the 3 dots in blue. We'll go ahead and click on those, and it opens up some options. And we've got Save to Folder, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. And we've got the Save the Design. We've got the name. We're going to go ahead and save this as the Valentine's Day giveaway. Now, I'm going to name it with a little extra because I've already created a couple of these. So I'm just going to say postcard. That way I'll remember what it is. In fact, I'm going to put that at the beginning. Postcard for the Valentine's Day giveaway. All right, and then it says, hey, do you want to drop it in a folder? And if you recall in the past, I've said, hey, name it with your first name and then the word designs. And that'll be a nice place for you to kind of keep things out of the way and a quick reference for you to find your own work. So I'll go ahead and do that. Once that's set up, I'm going to click Save. Yep, so that was the next item here. I just wanted to double check I didn't miss anything. So enter your design folder name, agent name, designs, and then click Save. So we'll click Save. The screen should change to My Design Folders. Mine didn't, it stayed on Lofty, but just click on the upper area where it says My Designs, and it'll bring you over into your design area. And then if you click on Your Name Designs, there it is, the postcard for the Valentine's Day giveaway. So click on your agent name design folder and select your design. Okay, so the front has been saved, but we still now need to work on the back. I like to save midway or save multiple times in case I have a power outage, which I've actually had this last week, or anything else glitches. I'd like to at least save part of my work. And so from here, I can click on it and it'll open up. I also have the option of over on the right under Actions. This first one is the Edit button. I'll just click on the name and show you what happens. And it popped open our Valentine's Day giveaway, the front of the card. So the front of the card is looking good. Now we're going to update the back of the card. And we've done this a couple times, but since we started with a new template, we have to update the back of the card again. And so we're going to go, this should be pretty quick. We'll go from, hey, knowing up, blah, 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 to agent name. And I just keep it like the old Bo knows, if you remember that campaign. But you're going to say your name knows real estate. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to copy that. And we'll go over here to the back of the card and up in the text box at the top. And I'm going to click on it again and then highlight that first line. And then I'm going to Control V to drop that text in, the period at the end. And we'll type in the name of the agent. This is all caps. So Mike, in my case. Mike knows real estate. All right. And then we're going to go to the next one. It says trends make. And now we're going to change it to this line. Do a Control C for copying it. And then I'm going to highlight this line and do a Control V to paste it in. So when you need to move, call, and then your name, Mike. For me. All right, you put in your name, obviously. And just as a real quick reminder, if you have a longer name, then what you're going to do is you're going to highlight into this box and then grab the handle and just move it out until it all ends up on those two lines, right? See how it's going down into multiple lines? So if you were, for some reason, not seeing everything on the two lines, go and just pull that handle out. Okay, make it work for you. All right, next, we're going to change the find out more to see all the homes for sale in the MLS app. And we're going to copy this first part. So I'll do a Control C. We're going to retain our URL website. It's already preloaded in there. This part at the end with my name on it, that was already preloaded, which was kind of nice. So what we're going to do is we're just changing this information before the before the semicolon. And so actually it's a colon. And then so what we're going to do is we're going to highlight that and then do Control V. And then we'll take out one of those and there we go. All right, so let me just look at it again. Let's see all the homes for sale in the MLS app. And then it has our short little URL. All right, cool. So now the top is looking good. Next, let's see, we're going to check out our picture to the right. First of all, just make sure that's the picture you want. If it's not, remember how to replace it. You can replace it. But that is the picture I want. Then we're going to add two lines above what's existing there by copying and paste. And then we're going to enter our contact info into the 5 lines. And here's the contact info. So what do I mean by that? We got 1, 2, 3 lines. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the first one, hold my Shift key and highlight the second one. And now I've got 2 lines here. I'm going to go up to this clone, click clone. And now it's created 2 new ones. I'll go over one of them with my star and left click hold. And then I can just drag it up to where I want it. I'm going to try to make space between, in this case, the first set of 5s and the name, the first set phone number and the name. We'll go ahead and get that there about right. All right, and then I'll click out of it. And now I'm going to put in the information. I'm going to first put the agent's name, and then, so let's do that. The agent's name first. And that was there, so we're in good shape. Then the phone number, and be sure to bold and change it to red because I think it looks good, kind of pops off the page. So here's the phone number. I'll go ahead and do a 303 since I've been doing that. That's the area code around here, one of the area codes. All right, so we've got the phone number in there. We're going to highlight it. We're going to bold it. We're going to change it to red. All right, and then we're now going to go back in and put in the email address next. We have one down here. In fact, we can even just copy it, Control C, and bring it up here, Control V, or you could have typed it in, either way. But now we've got the email address next. What else? We're going to do the license type. What do you have in your area? What are you known as far as your licensing requirements? And so for my area, it's broker. I'm a broker associate. You can say whatever you are. And then next, we've got the company name. All right, that's the company name is next. And so it's EPIQUE, Realty, LLC. In fact, I'm going to do it lowercase and just let it kind of blend in. All right, cool. I wanted that phone number to pop, and that's popping pretty good. Okay, next, we're going to change what are to, hey, thinking about moving. So I'll just go ahead and highlight that and do a Control C to copy it. We'll go into this text box and do a Control V to paste it. Next, we have change, hey, if you're buying to, the number 1 is where it starts. We'll go all the way to the end of that line, and we'll do a Control V. And we'll go down into this text box, and we'll do a Control V. And there it goes, and I'm going to add a little space here, make it look a little better. Enter a line break between the first and second sentences, which we just did. And then we're going to add a text box under the last entry by clicking the text icon on the upper left panel and then clicking on the postcard. And once we do that, we're going to enter this text. So I'm going to go ahead and get it right now. Not intended. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And we're also going to change the font size to 32. I'm going to make a little note there, but what we're talking about is go up here in the upper left where it says the word text, upper left bar. We'll click on text. It says, hey, what kind of text do you want to add? Not doing a headline or a sub-headline, but we are doing body text. So we'll click on body text. You'll notice out here it added body text. And inside that box, I'll now highlight it and do a Control V to put in my information that I want. I look up and I notice that the font is a bit bigger than we need for this little disclosure. So I'm going to change that to 30. And now it's looking good. I clicked out of it. I'm going to click back on it again, and I'm going to move it down here under my last line and as high as I can get it. Oops, and notice how I had the red line and then lost it, and then here. So I'll go back to the red line and let go. And now it's there. I'm going to zoom out so I can actually see it. I'm using the scroll button on my mouse. You could also use these buttons down here. And so, yeah, now it's tucked in there. It looks pretty good. Not intended to solicit a currently listed home. All right, we changed the font size. Oh, I guess I was supposed to go 32, and I went 30. Okay. There we go. And what else do we have here? Move the text box below the lowest text box on the lower left corner, which we just did. Now we're going to save our work, okay, in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to go ahead and click on the 3 dots, and we're going to select Save to Folder. So up here, we're going to click on this, click the 3 dots, and click Save to Folder. Boom, that's been saved. Let's go ahead and verify it. We'll click it back open. Take a look, Valentine's Day giveaway. Yep, looking good. Win an Olive Garden restaurant gift. Yep, looking great. Well, that's a good looking card. And then we do the back. Yep, Mike knows real estate. Yep, that got uploaded. See all the homes for sale. We got all our information for contact with the bolded phone number. Thinking about moving, the 2 offers, the top 10 best homes. That's for buyers, and the home value estimate. That's for sellers. This line got a little, went to the second line. I want to stretch this out, so I'll grab one of the corners. There we go. Now I got it. And I grabbed the bar, the handlebar, and moved that text box so it fits in there better. Okay. And once I do that, I'll save it again. And so now I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, I promised you I'd share with you what it looks like to have each card done for the events. And so just real quickly, let me show you this. This is the Valentine's Day giveaway card. And I'm just going to flash these up really fast so you can take a look at what the final card would look like. This is the front. And here is the back, which is something you should recognize. And I'll just point out this back will be the same for all the event postcards. So I'm just going to show it once. Again, this is the front for the Valentine's Day giveaway. And then we've got the front for the Spring Clean giveaway. That's the way that final postcard will look in the front. And here is the Summer Fun giveaway. That's the way it will look in the final version. And finally, we have the Pi Day giveaway, and this is what it will look like in the final version. Just wanted you to be able to put those up on the screen and be able to take a quick look while you're designing your cards. And here, by the way, is the text on the front of all of the 4 postcards. So we've got Valentine's Day giveaway, the headline, the sub-headline, and the body. Boom, excellent. And then for the Spring Clean, we've got the headline and the sub-headline and the body. And then for the Summer Fun giveaway, we've got the headline and the sub-headline and the body. And then for the Pi Day giveaway, we've got the headline, the sub-headline, and the body, which is going to be a little different than the others. So that is ready to go. That's pretty cool. And remember, at this time, it's a good idea to copy and start creating the other items. So let me show you a quick example. We got the Valentine's Day giveaway we just created. Now we would go create the Spring Clean giveaway. Watch how quickly we can do that. So we've got this PC for the Valentine's Day giveaway. Over here on the right, we can click the copy button. And it's going to say, okay, what do you want to call this? Because I'm calling it just copy for now. Well, I'm going to rename it because this is going to be our Spring Clean giveaway. So I'll just go ahead and copy this. I'll do Control C. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here to Control V. And now we're going to be talking about the Spring Clean giveaway. I'll save it in the same folder. Watch how quick this is going to happen, by the way. So I got the PC, the Spring Clean giveaway. I'll go ahead and click on it to open it up. And even though it looks like the Valentine's Day, remember we're working on the Spring Clean now. And so let's go into it. We've got the headline, Spring Clean giveaway. I'll go ahead and copy. And so I'll go into the text box, double click, and Control B to put that in. Boom, look how easy that was, Spring Clean giveaway. We're going to go into this sub-headline, Control C, copy it, and we'll go in here. We'll go ahead and paste it in. Control V, it goes in that fast. And then we've got the 3 prizes. Okay. By the way, the 3 prizes, everything is going to be the same since it's the Spring Clean. I'm going to keep the $150, $25 gift cards. I've already changed the fact that it's at Home Depot. How to enter, they can call or text me. What I need to do is change this right here for the landing page. And if you recall, what we did at the end of that one was instead of Valentine's, it was spring. It's that simple, right? You do want to double check and make sure that is the URL, but I know that is what it is for mine. Then down in rules, hey, there's no cost to enter. The deadline to enter, now we've got a different deadline. This is going to be in April. And this is going to be April 14th. And at the same time, 5 o'clock. And the random drawing will be held on April 15th. Notice how we're keeping everything very similar. If you have a different date, obviously put it in. But that's how fast I just uploaded the text. Next, I got to upload the picture. So I'll go ahead and click on it. Notice the replace came up. I go ahead and look at photos. And now I'm looking for the Spring Clean. That's this one. And I select it. And boom, the Spring Clean pops into the background. Ha ha, how quick is that? Okay, now we're here at the back of the page, and guess what? It's exactly the same. We're just going to leave it alone. Mike knows real estate. When you need to call or move, boom, it's already here. That is how fast we set up this spring clean. Now, again, this photo over here doesn't match this one because I haven't hit save yet. So let's save it. Save the folder. Now let's go in and check it out. There's the PC spring clean. And bingo, there it is. That's how fast it will be to create the second card. The second card is going to go a lot faster than the first. Okay? All right, you would do that for the next two events and go ahead and just paste them in. And then once you've done that and you're ready, we're going to go back to the Valentine's Day one, and we're going to talk about mailing it out. We're going to schedule the mailing of this postcard. Let me show you really quickly how to do that. We've already talked about this, by the way, earlier, but I'll go ahead and run through it again real fast. We talked about that when we talked about sending out your evidence of success postcards as an example, and your market stats. But let's go ahead and run through this. We got open the postcard you want in the design center. So that's a key. Let me show you what I meant there. Let me close this. You're going to want to do this in Design Center. You may be tempted down here in under Tools to go to Print House. Okay, if you click Print House, it's going to look like this. You do not want to order from the Print House. I know that sounds weird, but just trust me, when you do that, it can work, but it's very clunky and there's some challenges. And I've discovered, believe it or not, it's actually easier to order the postcard from this Design Center. So down here in the upper left, instead of the Print House, go into Design Center, and you'll see the Design Center up here under Your Designs, under My Designs. So number 2, My Designs. This will pop open, and you'll go under Your Name Designs. You click that open, and then we've got the card that we would select. We'll do the Valentine's Day. That's what we've just worked on. So let's click that open. And there we go. Now we've got it to check out. Let's see what our directions say to go do next. So we're going to click on the name of the postcard, which we did just now, and the Design Center will open in the advanced editor, which it did. We're going to proof the card and make any final changes. You definitely want to do that, especially if you're embarrassed when you do typos. I am. So I like to look at it. I might even ask somebody else to review it real fast and just make sure I didn't make any terrible typos. But once you're confident with that, then you're ready to move to the next step. You go ahead and click the blue checkout button in the upper right-hand corner. So up here, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button called Checkout. There's Preview, then Checkout, and then the dots. And right in the middle is Checkout, so click Checkout. It's going to say, hey, what type of direct mail do you want to send? In this case, we're going to send a postcard, not a letter, so we'll click on Postcard. What it does is it pops open this panel to the right and wants us to check things out. So let's just make sure we're with ourselves here. So we selected postcards as the type, and then this is our final chance to proofread and modify the postcard. And once that's right, then we're going to verify all the information is correct in the side panel. And that's over here. We're sending out a postcard. The front of the card is going to be page 1. That's what we're doing. Good. So we could have done page 2, but it was already defaulted to 1, which is correct. And the back is page 2. Yep, that's correct. The size, we are doing a 6x9 card. Okay, it's a jumbo card, but it's not super jumbo. It's not a regular size, 4x6. It's a jumbo, so it's 6x9, and that's all correct. Okay. Once we get all that information verified, we're going to click Continue, which is down here in the bottom right corner. We'll click Continue. It says, hey, just make sure that everything is inside the lines. You'll want to read all this. I actually don't stop the reminder just because it's a nice reminder, a confirmation that I need to make sure that everything is right. And once I have, I'm going to go ahead and click Confirm. All right, so that moves us forward in the process. We just did this. We read the notice and click Confirm. And then what we're going to look at is the front and the back of the card, make sure that we've selected the proper ones. And once we have, we're going to click Next. So again, what we're doing is we're going through this panel on the left, and we're already in number 2, select the design. And so the front of the card is here, that's correct. And the back of the card is here, that's correct. What they've done is they've given you some past design options down below. If for some reason you didn't have the correct ones up above. This is another reason why I recommend you go this way. It'll auto-fill everything in properly as far as front and back most of the time. So do a double check, but that looks correct to me. Mike knows real estate and it's Valentine's Day giveaway. Yep, I'm happy. Once I'm happy, I'm going to click this bottom right corner blue button next. It's going to say, hey, if you choose not to insert the tracking tool, you won't be able to track the post-shipment behavior of the leads. What that's talking about is some of these postcards you can put a QR code, and if somebody scans that QR code, they'll go back to your website and they'll be tracked. And that's fine. It's an interesting idea, but we're not doing that for these events. So we're going to go ahead and click confirm and say, yeah, that's fine. And it's going to move us into the next part, which is selecting recipients who we're going to mail it out to. Okay, so we read the notice about the tracking tool, the QR code, and we confirmed that that was okay. And now we're going to recipients. We're going to select the existing leads in our CRM. See, these are the options, existing leads in the CRM, upload a new mailing list, and then select the homeowners from their list that they have. We're going to do the first one, which is your CRM. So click on that. It opens up your CRM in your database. Now, a quick caution, make sure you're seeing all the leads here before you start, that there's not a filter on. And in fact, there is a filter on. So on the left, we can see there's not enough leads. On the right, we can see there's a filter. It says number 1. So I'm going to click on the filter button, and then I'm going to click on the blue filter number 1 up above. And that shows what it is. It was looking for PCSOI, which is what we're going to do. But sometimes it'll be something different here. So I'm going to click it off just to start fresh and make sure I get a nice clean list and show you how, if you came in and you saw all your leads, what you would do next. So I do have all my leads. I happen to know there's 13 of them in here right now. So this is my correct all-inclusive list. But not all these people are on my PCSOI that I want to send out this postcard to. So I need to reduce it to just the PCSOI. What I'm going to do is, on the left, I see the number count, but on the far right, I see filter. So I'm going to click on filter, and in the search filter box, I'm going to click in there, and I'm going to type the word tag or tags, okay? And then it's going to bring up, hey, do you want the tags? Yes, that's what I want. So I'll click on it. And I don't know if you noticed that it scrolled me down to where the tags are. And from tags, it's going to say include one of, and then I'm going to drop the tags. And when it has the full search there, I'm going to click in that search area, and I'm going to type PCSOI. That's the way we've been tagging our group that we mail out to. So once it pops open, I still need to select it. So I'll click that little checkbox. It selects it. Well, if you notice what happened over here when I clicked that, it went from 13 down to 6. That's because I now have this filter on. So 1 filter. I'll close this, and you'll notice that over here in the upper right corner, it says 1 filter. Yep, that was the PCSOI. And we're down to the 6 people that we want. All right, let's go back to our directions and see what they're saying. And it says, hey, be sure to filter for your PCSOI, search the tags, and then select it, and include one of the selected tags. You're going to go for PCSOI, okay, like we just did. All right, and then you're going to select the all box. Let's do that. So we've got all the people in here, and you're going to select all. So this checkbox at the top, it's on the same line as the headlines. You'll click on that. And when you do, it's selected everybody on the list. Okay. If you see any other option, read it and make sure you're selecting everybody on the list that you want. Okay. Once that's done, you're going to click the confirm button. Let me just go back to our directions. So I guess we should have done this. We should have reviewed the recipients. Yep, that's a good idea. Yep, that's a good idea to review the recipients. And again, you might want to add yourself as a PCSOI so that you're getting these as well. All right, but just read through and make sure that you didn't make a mistake and you're seeing that these are actually open house leads or something else. Again, these are your friends, family, and past clients. Oh, here's that tip. Be sure to add your name and address to receive a sample, and also put yourself in the PCSOI tags. All right, once that's all done, you'll click the blue confirm button in the upper right-hand corner. And here's the blue confirm button in the upper right-hand corner. We'll click on that. And you'll notice what it did is it pulled our recipients into our mailing list. And I'll show something else that happened. We had 6 people selected, but it only brought in 4. Why did it only bring in 4? Because only 4 had physical mailing addresses. The others did not have a physical mailing address, so we can't mail out to them. Well, Lofty's smart enough to notice that, and it just dropped anybody who didn't have an actual mailing address. So now we have an actual list of people with addresses to send out to. Okay, we're going to verify the recipients were pulled into the mail sender list. Once that's been done, we're going to select all, and then we're going to click next. So what are we talking about? So here they are. They all came in. I look at them. They look great. I'm going to then select the all button to make sure that they've been selected. You'll notice up here, there's nothing selected, but when I click this checkbox, it shows that, hey, now 4 are selected, and these are the 4 that are going to be mailed out to. All right, so once that's done, on the bottom right corner, I'm going to click next. Okay, this moves us to the next area called mailer settings. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to enter the order details. We're going to put in the print date, which is the earliest option, or your choice. It's best to print, say, 2 weeks before your event, so the cards not only get printed, but they actually will be mailed and received. So up here, we're talking about the scheduled print date. It shows the earliest it could happen, but if you click it open, you can actually select any date you want. So you'll notice I'm doing this in August, and if I had an event that was going to happen, say, August 15th, well, I'd really want to get these cards going immediately, so probably start Monday so they could be printed and mailed out, okay? In fact, I'm running short on time there. If I was going to do something that was on the 30th, I've got a little more time. I might send them out on the 12th. Does that make sense? All right, so you're going to pick your day. In our example, I said I picked the 5th. Next, you got the postage type. First class is your best bet. So standard mail, which is bulk mail, could take 7 to 21 business days. It might not get there in time if we send it out that way. So we're going to pick first class, which should make it out within 7 to 10 business days. That's saying, hey, it gets printed, it gets labeled, it gets stamped, it gets brought to the post office, they do their thing. And so about 4 to 6 business days from when you had that print date is when should be hitting in people's mailboxes. This is another reason to send yourself one to make sure that that's happening. All right, next we got the return address is the agent's address. Okay, so over here, this was in your defaults if you set them up earlier. If not, you can go ahead and enter your information for a return address to be set up. Where do you want postcards to be returned back to if they don't make it to their destination? And you want to do that. You're paying for the first class. They will send you the postcard back if it's undeliverable. And that way, on the next round, you won't mail out to a bad address. You'll save yourself some postage. Okay. Next, this is going to be a one-time charge selected. So it's a one-time charge, not a recurring plan. So it's already pre-selected, and that's the one you want. We'll read the rest. We got a 6x9 postcard going out first class. There's going to be 4 addresses, and the total price is $4.8. So $4.80, about $1.20 each. Not bad for a super small batch like this. So we reviewed the price, and then you're going to pay with your debit or your credit or your ACH. And so you'll start paying down here, put in all your payment information. And then once you're done, you're going to click the blue Pay Now button. You also, by the way, have to review the charge down here in the lower left and select this checkbox that says, I've read and agree to the law of terms. You'll notice there's no way you can pay yet. So if you click that box, well, because I don't have the information in here, it's not popping open either. But you enter your information here and you click this little checkbox, then the Pay Now button will show up. And you click Pay Now, which will initiate the payment to them as well as the order itself. And as a reminder, you want to send that mail 2 weeks before the entry deadline. And so now you know how to send out a postcard or an event so that you know how to send out this direct mail event invitation and invite your PCSOI to your next event. Pretty good stuff. All right, we'll see you in the next video.